Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I would like to present our last project. This narrative text, and we choose 5E approach. Before that, I will introduce my partner.
My name is Riefky, Bagas,
and I'm Fadilla, Amini. Right, go to the slide. Okay, for the education level, we choose senior high school, and then for the subject, and then the class, 10th grader in the first semester, and then the material, we choose narrative text, and the student focus on writing and speaking skills, and the time allocation, these 3 meetings,
Voice meeting it will be 3 times 45 minutes.
Yes, 15 minutes. Right. For the basic competency, for the cognitive 3.8, analyze the social function, text structure, and then the language features of the narrative text orally and written by giving and asking information about simple folklore according to the context of its use. And for skills 4.8, present is simple short narrative text about folklore orally and or written by regard to the social function, text structure, and language features correctly and according to the text. Right. These indicators for cognitive skills 3.8.1, students are able to determine the social function of a narrative text orally and written by giving and asking information to a simple folklore according to the context of use. And 3.8.2, the students are able to determine the text structure of a narrative text oral and written by giving and asking information to a simple folklore according to the context of its use. And the last 3.8 and 3, the students are able to determine the language features of a narrative text oral and written by giving and asking information to a simple folklore according to the context of its use. So, in our indicators, this first skill 4.8.1, the students are able to capture the contextual meaning of social function, text structure, and the language features of a simple narrative text about folklore. And then the next one is for 4.8.2, the students are able to write a simple narrative text and present the text orally. Next is learning material. Here we take a video from the YouTube in the TV Anak Indonesia channel. The title is Legenda Sang Kuryang. The link will be shown later, and then the learning material on the types. There's a fable, fairy tales, myth and legend, or legend and fantasy. And functions of narrative text. There are 2 functions. First is to entertain the reader, and then to amuse the reader. For the language features, the first is use simple past, use adjective and verb, the will to connect the time, and pronoun, stress, intonations, spelling, marks, and written. Okay, these are the structures of narrative text. First, annotation, size of given, and complication, and the last is resolution. Okay. Right. The next is learning activity. There are 3 sections on the learning activity. The first is introduction section. The teacher can with the students and then take the attendance, something like that. And then the main section will be presented later. And then the closing section, the teacher give homework or something like that. Right. We focus on the main section. Right. For the meeting, the first meeting, here the teacher shows a folklore video. The video is the Legend of Sang Kuryang. Here we call it engage. And then after watching the video, the students are asked to guess what's the topics. So here in this section, the teacher tried to engage the students' knowledge. And then still in the meeting one, the first meeting, this explore and explain. The teacher asked the student mention kinds of narrative texts or the example of narrative text. And also after the students mention it, the teacher tried to explain more about the concept of narrative text. For example, the types, the structures, and then the language features. After that, the teacher assigned or give homework to the students to find an Indonesian folklore video on YouTube.
Okay, after the students have assigned to translate their own folklore from Indonesian to English, they are assigned for the next class which to dub their own transcript of translation into the video of folklore. And in this meeting also the teacher explaining the assignment and the tools needed for the next objectives on Bagas for 13. It's easy to use especially for students. And after a while, the students will dub their translation into video chosen in their home as the next time before the meeting. And I will show you how to dub it like that.
A video or put your own voice into some videos. As I already mentioned, I'm gonna use Sony Vegas Pro 13. This version is what I like the most, and there are so many uses. The obvious use is to combine and edit videos and sounds alike. And so we're just gonna load the files which I have here, and we're gonna using the Sangkuriang folklore. We're just gonna drop it to the here, and I'm just gonna drop it to here again, to the playlist as I like to call it. And this is, do you want to set your project video settings in to match this media? That means if you want to match this media, it won't be any longer. We just like limited to this video, which is I don't quite like, since I can add more videos. So we're just gonna add no, so it will be long enough to stay on point. Okay, so after we can use it to just cut the part of this. We can use this, press the S button, and we can click this, and we press the delete button on the keyboard, and voila, it's gone. And just to drag this up so it will become on top, and we can see here on the first, it's about Sangkuriang, the legend of Tangkuban Perahu. It's Indonesian because I can't quite find any good Indonesian folklore with English audio in it, and that's why I started this to be like, how would we train or do we practice our pronunciation and speaking ability with this, as well as how we writing skills. And we're gonna go to the how to dub our own voice. As we see here, this is had the audio file. This has the logo of the speaker, and this one is the logo of wall film, and that's the meaning of we differentiate between the image and the sound. So just to mention, we're just gonna mute this instead, and it won't be any sound coming up. So just speeding up the process here. Already have the the recording that I have in my phone and to match it with the Tangkuban Perahu story. You can record this with your any kind of sound processor software, and I recommended it using a proper mic or even in a quiet place, not too crowded, because the ambient sound behind your voice could really had an impact to your final result. So I'm just gonna pick this, and just gonna pick this again to the playlist. Let's listen to it.
Once upon a time, a beautiful lady named Dayang Sumbi gave birth to a boy which she named Sangkuriang. When Sangkuriang was old enough to harm, he took his mother's daughter.
Okay, so the question is, if we don't, for example, don't record our own voice separately and just wanted to do it here, can we do that? Yes, we can. So just gonna delete this one, press and delete, and we're gonna pay attention to this button right here. This is the record button. We're gonna move our cursor to the front, and this is the record button, and it will ask to us where should we put our recording if it already being recorded. And I pick the document, this one, and okay, and it will be started to play the record. So I'm just gonna move my mic since it's already in front of my notebook, and here we go. Once upon a time, on the jungle, there was a woman named Dayang Sumbi who had a son named Sangkuriang. She also had a pet named Tumang, which is actually her husband. And we can pick the record again to stop it, and it will ask if we want to rename the track we have already just create. If we have already make our changes, we can pick done. Okay, so yeah, pretty much it. Let's listen. Once upon a time, on the jungle, there was a woman named. If the sound is not quite loud, you can use this slider, volume slider. The default is 0 decibel. That's again, this is depending on what hardware you use and what kind of take you. I'm just gonna put it to 12 decibel to maximize out of it. Once upon a time, on the jungle, there was a woman named Dayang Sumbi. Okay, so just kind of, if you want already have it, you can either save or you can render as, and you can name it, and you can put it in any folder you want. And of course you can pick the resolution. I recommend use it at 720p, as it won't make your resolution go kind of crispy. And you can use the render. Approximately it would be go from 15 minutes to 30 minutes depending on what quality you try for. For 720 pixel it will be 13 until 15 minutes, and that's for my demonstration on how to use Sony Vegas.
After they have already dubbed their own video, their folklore video of their own chosen, they show their video in front of the class in the third meeting. the rest of the classroom then evaluate each group's videos about their objectives or etc. And teacher do reflection with the students about the narrative text with the students after they have already learned, after they have already practiced what they have learned. Then teacher reflects on what they accomplished so far, and maybe the teacher asks the students about how we do the narrative text, then like we can etc. etc. Okay. I think that's all for our presentation, and I will be showing on how to do the dubbing and the translating on the next video. Thank you so much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.